They don't speak. They don't plead. They just fight, like they've already lost. In a world where gods are dethroned and heroes forget their names, Heolstor, the Nightlord, stands as a final shadow, not of power, but of pain. You've probably fought them. Maybe you even won. But what if that wasn't the end of their story? What if the Nightlord wasn't just another boss? What if they were the most tragic figure in all of Elden Ring? This is the story of Heolstor the Nightlord, and the sorrow they were never allowed to speak. Shadow of the Erdtree brings us deeper into a world already soaked in ruin, a place where broken faiths rot beneath golden lies. And at the heart of it all, waiting in silence, is the Nightlord. You meet them near the end. No fanfare, no grand prophecy, just a figure draped in shadows, a blade held steady as if they've been waiting, not to kill you, but to be remembered. The battle is brutal, yes, but something feels off. The way they move, the way they hesitate, the way their arena looks more like a tomb than a throne. There's no dialogue, no cinematic, just steel against steel and silence in between. And when it's over, you're left wondering, who were they really? Because this isn't just another late game boss. This feels personal. Today, we'll trace the remnants of the Nightlord's past through item descriptions, hidden symbols, and forgotten corners of the map. And maybe, just maybe, we'll understand why this boss fight doesn't feel like a victory. Before Heolstor became the Nightlord, fragments of his past echo through what little remains of memory, rumour, and ruin. Though nothing is said outright, we feel the trace of someone who once stood close to grace, someone shaped by golden light before being cast into shadow. His name, barely spoken in whispers, isn't found in ancient texts or sung in the legacy of demigods. Yet his presence feels familiar. There's a quiet sorrow to the way he moves, not of hatred, but of disappointment, like someone who once believed in something greater and was betrayed by it. Some speculate that Heolstor may have once followed Miquella, not as a brother in arms, but as a believer. Not many dared to question Miquella's vision of mercy and rebirth, but maybe Heolstor did. Maybe he saw what others refused to see, that mercy can be just another kind of control, that rebirth can be another form of erasure. Heolstor's silence speaks volumes. Unlike other lords who rise in defiance or ambition, his is a quiet rule, as if the world broke him long before he broke the world. And so, Nightreign isn't a coronation, it's a requiem. But something went wrong. The land of shadow became a crucible, burning away names, oaths, and even memories. Theories point to a betrayal, not by the Nightlord, but of the Nightlord. Perhaps they were left behind, or worse, forced to become something they weren't. By the time we face them, the Nightlord is no longer a person. They're a wound, walking, breathing, cutting. Their arena is silent, no cheering, no divine light, just stone, ash, and echoes of something lost. The fight mechanics tell a story too. Relentless aggression followed by sudden hesitation. Some attacks look unfinished. Others are too perfect, like muscle memory from another life. And when they fall, there's no scream, no cinematic, just a pause. Like even the game knows something sacred just ended. We don't get answers, but we do get a feeling. Grief, not triumph. And that tells us everything we need to know. As with many figures in Elden Ring, the truth of Nightreign doesn't come from the game alone, but from us. The community has already begun piecing together fragments, scraps of lore, environment clues, combat behavior, all leading to one unsettling conclusion. Nightreign may not have chosen this fate. Theory 1. The Hollowed Knight. One of the most supported theories says the Nightlord was once Miquella's final knight, a sworn defender, sacrificed to protect a divine secret we were never meant to uncover. Their silence in battle isn't stoicism, it's emptiness, a hollowed being, emptied of identity, kept alive only by some cursed pact. Theory 2. A mirror of the player. Another idea sees the Nightlord not as a separate character, but a dark mirror, a twisted reflection of the tarnished themselves. Both rise from ruin, both kill gods, both walk through a world that forgets their name. The Nightlord then becomes a warning. This is what happens when your quest outlives your purpose. Theory 3. The Bound Love. The most haunting theory is also the simplest. The Nightlord was in love with Miquella, with the dream, with freedom. And that love was their undoing. Like many tragedies in Elden Ring, the Nightlord's fall isn't about power or ambition, but devotion. The kind that survives even after death. We don't know who they really were. Not exactly. But when so many players come away from the fight feeling not victorious, but sad, that tells you something deeper is happening. In a game filled with monsters, demigods, and world-ending forces, it's strange that one of the most unforgettable encounters leaves behind no words at all. No prophecy fulfilled, no grand reward, just the quiet body of the Nightlord and the feeling that something has gone terribly wrong. Maybe that's why this boss fight stays with people, not because of difficulty, but because it feels like grief. Grief for something we didn't know we lost. Whether they were a loyal knight, a broken mirror, or a forgotten lover, one thing is clear. The Nightlord wasn't a villain. They were a victim, a relic of a world that needed silence to survive. And maybe that's the final cruelty, that their story, like so many in Elden Ring, was never told outright. It had to be fought for. In the end, we don't slay evil. We silence pain. We end a reign that was never meant to begin. And then we walk away into the next shadow. If this video resonates with you, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Why does fighting Nightreign feel so wrong? I'd love to hear your reflections. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the story unseen.